It's time now for the award-winning #1 local talk show in Northeast Pennsylvania, The Sam Lesante Show. Now here's your host, Sam Lesante.
So, folks, a lot of things happening in Greater Hazleton area, particularly at the Rails to Trails. We've talked about this before, but let me tell you, if you haven't been up there, it's on Route 93. It's an experience. It really is. It's a fun day to have a good time. Today, we're going to learn about the National Trail Day hike and bike. Am I saying that right, Bob Skulsky? Right, Bob he'll yell at me if I say it wrong. Now, okay, now Bob Skulsky is the Executive Director of the Greater Hazleton Civic Partnership, and this is part of your domain, right?
That's correct.
Now, a lot of things have happened since you started, okay? Mm-hmm. So let's talk about some of the expansions that has happened. And once again, this is right up on 93. You pass the hospital. It's about maybe a half mile on the left-hand side. You can't miss it. But let's talk about what happened there in your expansion up there.
Okay, first of all, Sam, I would like to thank you for the opportunity you give us and other nonprofits to talk about what we're doing, because I think it's so important to our area. But getting to the expansions, we are continuously doing something up at the trail. Right, we just completed last year Hemlock Grove, what we call the Hemlock Grove. It's a picnic area right off the parking lot. It's starting to be heavily used right now. And we got a lot of information up there. As part of the Hemlock Grove, we, how could I put it, beautified the area around the parking lot. We added amenities such as we have bear statues that we got from Beaver Meadows, the concrete place there at Beaver Meadows. And they're very popular with the kids and everything, and they're just not up there for show. We have a lot of bear sightings along the trail, and
now it's safe. I mean, I don't want people to get nervous.
Exactly, and that's what I wanted to say about the bear sightings. Is I get a lot of calls about what should we do? We saw a bear along the trail, so now we are putting up interpretive signs that tells people exactly what to do when they see a bear.
Yeah, run.
No.
I scream it. No, I'm only kidding.
Yeah. No, I always like to try to catch them on guard, because usually they're called and they have a concern. And I go, you had a beautiful or a wonderful day if you saw a Pennsylvania black bear in a wild along a trail.
So what do you do when you see a bear?
When you see a bear, first of all, you stop and assess the situation. If the bear is going away from you, you could just stand there or start backing up slowly. You never run. If the bear is looking aggressive in any way, you just start talking a lot, making some noise. Even if you're alone, start talking loud.
That's easy for me. I talk to myself all the time.
And that bear will take off through the woods. But Attorney Frank Sikorsky just showed me a very interesting picture on Sunday that I need to get off of him. It's a picture of a mother bear and the 3 cubs from this year crossing the railroad tracks under the Ashmore Bridge. Yeah. The bears look like they're only about 20 pounds, the 3 cubs, beautiful picture. Yeah. But expansions that we're doing this year is we're putting in a drainage area, a large drainage area by our environmental education area. And the biggest thing that's going on right now is we're working to expand the trail into Halecky Miners Village. We got funding through abandoned mine land pilot program, and we're trying to match that funding with both DCED funding and DCNR funding to fund this $1 million project, which will connect the Hazleton with Halecky Miners Village with a walking trail and biking trail. So, that's very exciting. That's what we're doing, one of our main things. But I want to thank you again for giving us the opportunity to talk about the hike and bike event.
Yeah, and we'll still talk about that a little bit. But the thing is, the fact that people sometimes don't know some of the things that are happening in the area, okay?
That's correct.
And this is an opportunity, if you have a bike or if you want to hike or if you want to take the kids for a walk, it's just, the scenery is, what are some of the things that they'll see when they're walking?
Well, they'll see a mixture of everything. Once our trail is completed, it's going to be one of the most interesting trails in Pennsylvania as far as I'm concerned. It's going to celebrate the heritage of our anthracite mining. You're going to actually, see overburden piles that were dug in the 1900s or whatever. You're going to see reclaimed land. But the first 4.5, 5 miles of the trail is deciduous forest. There's very rare heath barrens that are just mainly in the Pocono Mountains of Pennsylvania. So we're preserving those. In fact, the Greater Hazleton Rails and Trails Committee is now taking over 118 acres that's north of the trail from Route 93 across the Stockton Road. Has preserved land forever. It can't be built on because that has a number of rare features to it with the heath barrens and other areas. But we have exercise stations for the children. We have benches. We have an environmental education area so children could learn about the various grasses and things they'll find along the trail. And that's going to be tied in with National Trails Day that I'm sure Sue will tell you about. So, and right now it just blows my mind when we check our infrared counters. We're over 46,000 visits a year right now at the...
So you have a counter there with people?
Oh, yes, we have infrared counters stationed along the trail. So this is quantitative measurements, it only measures when people, cross the path or animals sometimes. But we're up to 46,000 visits a year now. So, anytime you go by the parking lot, there's 15, 20 cars there.
It's a good day out, with your friends or your family, particularly with the kids. It's like you said, there's so much to learn. It's like going to a museum and seeing different things in museums. I know we like to take our grandchildren to museums and educate them. But there's an opportunity. One of the days then this year, summer, we're going to take them up to the Rails and Trails and give them an education on what's going on. Now, folks, for those of you people living, I'm running the show in Pottsville and in Wilkes-Barre as well. So from Pottsville, you get on the interstate and just get off at the Hazleton exit. Am I correct? The Hazleton exit?
The Hazleton Chamber of Commerce exit.
Is that the exit? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Take the Hazleton Chamber of Commerce exit and go all the way that you can go anymore. And then you're going to come to a light, you're going to make a left, and it's right there on the right-hand side, okay? And the same thing for people coming in from Wilkes-Barre in that area. Just come up to the Greater Hazleton. You'll pass the Hazleton, Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce Beltway, go all the way straight until you can't go anymore. You'll be 93, make a left, and it's right on the right-hand side. I'm correct, right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's
because
correct.
I think it's a great opportunity for people who are living in the greater Pottsville, down at Pine Grove. It's a day out. There's always something new happening up there, right? Okay. So this national, the National Trail Day hike and bike event. Susan Nasrani is here, and she's the chairperson of the Greater Hazleton Rails and Trails, and then Lisa Marie Halecky, right? Am I saying that correct, Lisa? I always call you Lisa Marie. They always got to get the right name. But she's a community relations specialist at LVHN, and she'll be here to talk about some of the exciting things. There's always something happening, which is
yes, and even if there isn't something happening, like this past weekend, the weather was not great for Memorial Day, but the trail was definitely a destination for a lot of people. A lot of people that didn't want to go to Canobos or didn't want to go far out of town, they happened to be around. They start piling in the trail at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Lunches, bring their own lunches and stuff like that?
Yes, we have picnic tables, we have picnic areas, and it just makes me feel really good when I see a family come up with 3 or 4 bicycles and they're taking off on a trail with their lunches packed.
It's fabulous. It's a lot of fun. Well, Bob, I wish you well with this event coming up. We'll have Susan Estrani come on and talk about that, and Lisa's going to tell us about the health benefits on the trail. And folks, once again, it's on 93. It's for those of you in the Greater Hazleton area, know where it's at. Anything else you want to talk before I bring the real pros on?
No, just stay tuned for our connection into Halecky Miners Village.
That's going to be exciting.
That is. It's like I said, it's a big project, but we're moving forward with it.
Well, you're always welcome to come on the show. You know that, Bob. Just give me a call. Don't call me
Thank you,
3
sir.
minutes before the show, though. Give me a little bit more working time. So, folks, if you want to learn more about all of the programs, if, like, for example, you want to see this show and you want to tell your friends about the Rails and Trails, download our app, okay? Have them download our app at SSP TV. And when it's downloaded, hit the Sam Lesante Show, and you'll see Rails and Trails. And then if you want people to learn about the Rails and Trails, you could always tell them to download our app if they live in Harrisburg or whatever, and they could see the show and learn about it.
Right, they could go to civicpartnership.com
To get more
our website to get more information.
Okay,
on it.
good. When we come back, folks, we'll be talking to Susan Nasrani. She is the chairperson of the Greater Hazleton Rails and Trails, and we'll talk about this National Trail Day hike and bike event. Stay with us. Welcome back to the Sam Lesante Show, folks. The National Trails Day hike and bike event is going to take place Saturday, June the 10th. Starts at 11 a.m. and it goes to 2 p.m. If you haven't been up at the Rails and Trails in Hazleton on Route 93, you got to go there. Take the kids, take your family, or just you want to have a peaceful walk and just enjoy yourself. It's a fun day. Now, we have Susan Nasrani, who is the chairperson of the Greater Hazleton Rails and Trails. And so, Susan, tell us about this exciting day.
Well, this is our 14th annual hike and bike. We started, I think, in 2003. We hadn't developed a trail, so we had it at the Tannery Bridge near Whitehaven for 2 years. And then once our trail was developed, the first 4 miles in 2005, we opened it up, and we've had it at the parking lot ever since. And that's a great place to have it because we have exhibits there. We're having live animals. We have things for kids. We have an imagination playground that's brought in by the Y, where they can build things. It's just a fun thing to do. And then we have games for the kids, healthy games. And we also have coloring of animals and things like that. One thing that we're really excited about this year, this is the first year that we're doing, we usually have a nature hike, and for some reason the adults don't seem to get into it, but this year we're focusing on children 8 to 12, and PP&L is arranged to get a bus that will bring kids from Community 1, so we have about 40 kids coming from Community 1, to really find out what nature is all about, to learn about nature. And everybody's going to get this nature scavenger hunt where they're going to have to identify different things.
Oh, yeah?
Oak
You
leaf.
think I passed this?
I don't know.
Lisa,
I
you
don't
think
know.
I passed this? No, I don't think so. Oak tree, if I know.
Yeah, if you mark it down.
And this is fun for the kids.
Fun for the kids,
Yes.
yes. And then they make sure they put their name down. Everyone who participates, and we want kids from 8 to 12 because we're giving away bikes for that age.
All right.
So what they're going to do is they put their name down
Right.
here, and
And
then
they have
we
to collect these, or
well,
or
they
digest?
mark them off. But everyone
If
who
they see them.
participates, yes, if they see them, the moss, and we
The
have
spider,
guides.
the spider bothers me a little bit.
Oh, all right. Well, some kids won't want to see that, but you won't probably see too many of them. But the kids, it doesn't matter if they don't find them all.
They have to check and see
But
if
they have
there's
to
a-
check.
yeah.
And then
That's a fun game.
everyone, yes, who participates, we're going to put their name in girls in one container and boys in another,
All right.
and then draw out the winner. So we'll have a bike right there for the winner of the drawing for the scavenger hunt. So I think it'll be exciting. We do have 2 wonderful nature guides who know everything about the flora and the fauna on the trail.
That's fabulous.
Yes, and they're really good. One is a professor at Penn State on biology. So
What an education for the
yeah,
kids.
so the kids will learn, and a lot of kids really don't, if they don't belong to Scouts, and a lot of them don't know about nature and how exciting it is.
Now, you have you're giving, excuse me, Let's talk about some of these activities, okay, that you have. I mean, there's a lot of things happening here. It's a free event, folks.
Right, it is free. Oh, and we have
if you want to just,
right.
let the people know what they're
Okay,
getting
we have
here.
a free picnic from 12 to 1.
So I don't have to pack a picnic.
No.
Make
And
sure
we have,
Bob Skulsky doesn't take my picnic.
yeah, all right. Well, but we hamburgers, hot dogs, veggies, and apples, really good healthy stuff, and water. We get lots of people. We get about 500 or more coming to this event.
Yeah.
So we are praying now for no rain.
Yeah.
Usually we have pretty good weather. So
Is
besides,
this a rain or shine thing?
oh yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
right.
We had one year when it was a little drizzly. We still had it, but
Yeah.
hopefully let's get rid of this rain.
Okay. I'll put the order in tonight. but I
Okay,
save my
and we got
prayers.
free bike helmets for kids too.
Okay. While supplies last.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, but we have quite a bit, and we've gotten contributions for others. So we have a good supply of them, from even toddlers all the way up to almost teenage.
And
yeah.
you have the Eckley players coming? Some of
Yes, the Eckley Village players are coming. We're excited about that. Yes, and we have, besides we have bike maintenance, so if you can bring your bike and you have a problem with it, we can help.
Is that right?
Yeah, there's someone there who knows how to fix it or tell you what to do. So yeah, bike maintenance is good.
So,
and then,
go ahead, I'm sorry.
go ahead, the hospital, and of course Lisa's going to talk about that. They have blood pressure and wellness things. They have a lot of things that we would not be able to do what we do without the hospital. We really appreciate the hospital.
In review here, you got the freebies or the bike helmets, you got food, bike maintenance,
Right.
okay, you have raffle baskets.
Right. Oh,
Yeah.
raffle baskets.
You see,
They're
you
fun.
forgot to
Oh,
talk.
I forgot about the raffle baskets. That's good.
Bob, you better fill her in, Bob. So the raffle baskets, what do you...
Well, we have certificates to like a bike shop or to water rafting. Also, gift cards from stores, local stores. Lots of things that are fun. A lottery board. People really gather around and enjoy that, and they stay until the drawing, which is like 1:45. We have a DJ there with a PA system, so it's in beautiful music, so it's sort of a community thing.
It's a fun. It's
fun.
a shame it's only from 11 to 2 because time is going to go like that. just
Well,
like
it will
that.
go fast,
Yeah.
but yeah, we get a lot of things
This
done in that
imaginary
time.
station. Bob talked a little bit about that, but the children really enjoy this.
Yes,
don't
they do.
Yeah.
Yes,
tell
they
me,
do.
tell us about that imaginary station. What are they?
Well, it's like with styrofoam, different things. Some of them are long, and there's some things you can build, and you can put them inside of big styrofoam nuts, that you put, and you can build up high or make a little village or whatever with these things that the Y always has. So there's lots of things for the kids to do.
Folks, it starts at 11 a.m. It's June the 10th. 11 a.m. It's Rails and Trails, Route 93. Now, once again, for my friends who are watching on Comcast 190 in Pottsville and up in the Wilkes-Barre area and Channel 92, get on the interstate, Interstate 81, get off at the Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce Beltway. You could only go one way. Go all the way until you can't go again. You'll hit 93. You make a left, and it's right off to the right. It's a fun day, really. Or if you want to call 455-1509, ask for Bob. He's sleeping half the time, but you wake him up when the phone rings. Okay. Only kidding, Bob. Only kidding. Okay.
Don't forget, it's
Lisa, is he awake or is he? He's awake. All right. I should
Saturday,
have the
June-
spunk that he has. Okay. But it really is something, and I have to applaud everyone who was involved with this. I know Bob has a great team with the Civic Partnership, but you people really put a lot of time in there, and it's a great opportunity for the area. It's a place to go. It's friendly. It's safe. It's family oriented. It's something that it's a nice day, really is, and all the volunteers certainly ought to be thanked, and they do it because they just love it. Is that right? I mean, you
That's
do it
right.
because you love it. Yeah.
Yes, and the community loves it, and we have community organizations that help clear the trail. we're just so grateful for the community. I think the community feels they own it, and they should.
Yeah. Well, and it's like a gathering place too. You meet
Yes.
all your friends. Are like when I go to the Laurel Mall, you meet all your friends. It's a gathering place. So, well, I wish you well. Now, Lisa's going to come on and talk about the health benefits of hiking. That's where I have to learn about that. If I can lose about 5 pounds, I'm up there. And exercise stations and everything else is going on. Susan, thanks for coming on the show.
Right. Don't forget, Saturday, June 10th, we'll be there.
11 a.m. to 2 p.m. We got bikes giving away. You have free helmets. You have free food. You have everything you can imagine. We'll be back right after this message. Welcome back to the Sam Lesante Show, folks. Mark your calendar, June the 10th, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Rails and Trails up here in Hazleton on Route 93. For those of you who live in Hazleton, you know where it's at. For Pottsville, Wilkes-Barre area, get on the Interstate 81, get off at the Greater Hazleton Chamber Beltway, and go all the way until you can't go anymore. Make a left, and it's right off to the right. It's a fun day. Bob Skulsky was on talking about it, and so was Susan Nasrani, tell you everything freebies we're getting. Now, download our app, SSP TV, and you can watch the show. You'll know exactly what's happening up there. Also, we have a live stream on here, folks. You can watch what's going on right now. Lisa Marie Halecky, right? I always know you as Lisa Marie. Don't when you come in with the doctors. Mm-hmm. So now I know LVHN is very involved with this, okay? But sometimes there are health benefits. What are the health benefits of hiking?
Well, my goodness, think about it. You're getting out in nature, you're walking. It improves your cardiorespiratory fitness, improves your muscular fitness. It lowers your coronary heart and disease and stroke. There's so many benefits for hiking. And some people think hiking is strenuous, like you're climbing mountains.
Yes.
Yes, you can do that, and I love doing that myself, but hiking is just going for a walk, and the Rails to Trails, it's just such a beautiful, it's right in our backyard, which is amazing. And having so many people, like Bob said, take advantage of it is wonderful, because we just have so much right here. Think about it, you can lower your risk of your LDLs, which are your bad cholesterol and triglycerides, and you can also increase your HDL, which are your good cholesterol. It does help lower some certain cancers. Increase your bone density or slower down the loss of the density of your bone. There's so many health benefits. It reduces depression, and it gives you a better quality of sleep, and it helps you with weight control too. Mm-hmm. So, and that's just for adults, and with children, they get many of the same benefits, possibly reducing their risk of depression and feeling less stress, which don't we all want that for our children,
Yes.
So there's so many wonderful things that are beneficial. And if you're considering going for a hike on the Rails to Trails and you're a little nervous about it, I know Bob was talking about bears, which I've come across bears and I've taken many pictures myself, and really there's nothing really to worry about unless you want to get aggressive with them. Take a friend. That's the best way to start any kind of exercise, whether it's hiking or whatever you're doing, and go with a friend. And it's free. It doesn't cost you anything.
The exciting thing about it is that when you're talking about hiking, and you're right, when you're thinking of hiking, I'm thinking climbing mountains and so on. That's not the case. But a lot of people, they have the treadmills at home. Nothing wrong with a treadmill, but getting out of nature and walking, it's habit forming, really. Mm-hmm. And like you said, you don't have to run, you don't have to go crazy. Now they have exercise stations. Bob was telling me where if you're going to run, you could work out a little bit, get yourself in, and the kids could play with different things, and it's the first mile of the trail. But here again, what you said is so right. I mean, even if you do it twice a week or 3 times a week, it's just a beautiful opportunity being outside in nature and seeing all these wonderful things.
Yeah, they say if you do at least 2.5 hours a week of nice exercise, and it's not all at one time. You don't have to do it at one time, but what a difference it makes, Even standing up sometimes during the day instead of sitting in your seat is very helpful. Just walking up and down steps instead of taking an elevator. There's so many benefits of doing exercise. But yeah, when we have the opportunity right here in our backyard, and being part of this committee for the past 2 years, I've learned so much. And last year I attended the event and it was fabulous. Just everything that they have. We're going to be having our fitness team there, and they're going to be doing some really fun little exercises and stuff like that with the children. For the adults as well, we have the grip strength we're going to do. We're going to test your grip strength.
Yeah, so now let's talk about this. So you're going to be doing, if they want now, okay?
If they want,
This
sure.
is not that you have to, you have to
don't
get your
have
blood,
to do it.
you get your blood pressure?
Well, we're not going to do blood pressures.
not?
We're going to do the body mass index.
Okay.
Okay, that's a weight to height ratio, calculating, you divide your weight in kilograms and stuff like that, and your height, and it's an indicator of obesity and underweight.
Okay.
So a lot of people are a little hesitant, but wouldn't you want to know, what's where I am on the scale and where I want to be?
Exactly, just to get an idea, and if your body fat is really up there, what are some of the things you'd recommend them to bring it down? Okay, and so and the hospital has been so great with that. This this National Trails Day hike and bike, it's a major event. Okay, and it's so nice that we have our local hospital always involved with the activities.
We want to keep people well, Sam.
Yeah.
I mean, we're there to take care of you if you need us and if you're ill health, but we want to keep you well. We don't want to keep having you come and be sick.
Yeah.
So the more you get out, enjoy programs like this that are available. And I have to say, I really love your app.
Yes.
It is so user-friendly.
Yeah. And the thing about the app, we have a lot of your doctors on the show, okay? And sometimes they're talking to their friend and maybe in New Jersey. I was watching the Sam Lesante show and they had Dr. Lesante on, or Dr. Mahoney or whatever, and he was just, if you want to know about it, just go to their app, and they're able to see exactly what Dr. Mahoney was talking about. Just like this Rails and Trails, if someone says, listen, turn on the Sam or hit the Sam Lesante, and they'll know about this. There's a lot of a lot of freebies here, right?
Oh my goodness, yeah. I mean, I'm really interested in the scavenger hunt
Yes.
as well for the kids to win a bike. I mean, that's great. I mean, just to go with your child, show them a little bit about nature and get involved with the scavenger hunt, get involved with a free picnic, get involved with tricky trays. I know Sue didn't mention enough about the tricky trays. Let me tell you, they're great.
I'm sure they are. Folks, it's June the 10th. You say there's nothing to do, but when you go there, you should become habit forming, and you're going to be there all the time. And there's always something going on. Nice to see you on the other side. I mean, as a guest instead of you sitting there telling what to say. It's June the 10th, 11 p.m., 11 a.m., 2 p.m. I wish you guys the best, Bob and Susan, in doing that. Thanks for coming on the show. We'll see you next time.